And so it shall be. As promised, indeed I shall make Romania its own state. Now, if we look at our ridiculously massive population, only 49 million are actually made up of our, Polish people. We're mostly German and Russian, and Romania actually makes up a pretty large portion of our population as well, but that's okay. What we're going to do is we are going to establish Romania as a puppet state. That's right. And, I guess we're going to focus on democratic, because that's what we are, right? We're democratic? I think we are. Let me check. Pretty sure we are. Is there a way to check that? Where's that? Catholic democratic. Okay, so we are democratic. Alright, so we're going to go here. We're going to establish a puppet state out of Romania. And democratic it will be. Yes, I have kept my end of the bargain. Romania is now a free state. That's right. Now I just need to figure out how to make them give me all of the oil. That's right. I'm pretty sure you do it through a trade agreement. And you know what? I'd even buy it from them, really. Yeah, I'd buy all that oil from them. Yeah, buy oil. Offer to buy. Rejected. I'll have to figure that out later, I suppose. In the meantime, we can just buy the oil we need. We're so flippin' rich, it's not even funny. But, as it stands, Romania exists as a free nation under Poland. That's right. Now, Romania was a pretty big portion of our land as far as I'm concerned. So it's a tough loss. It's a tough loss indeed, but that's okay. Did it just say I consumed 2,461 in a turn? What a sweet baby Christ is that? That's ridiculous. Is that because of the main armies that I've been moving around over here? If so, that's kind of painful. Like, seriously, that much oil getting used in a turn? That's just wrong. Wrong. Alright. But anyway, so what we're doing right now is we're pushing the Soviets out of the East. Because as you can see, Sweden got bogged down for some reason or another. I guess they just didn't have enough manpower to finish the job. So you best believe, apparently, I am now going to go in here and I'm going to finish it my damn self. That's right. We are going to conquer the rest of the USSR so we can finally say we did. And we can move on with our frickin' lives. We'll let the Russians and the Swedes have the rest of the territory up there. But we are going to be the ones who take over Vladivostok. That's right. And what you doing down there, Mongolia? How's it going, Mongolia? Huh? You doing good? That's good, Mongolia. Am I at war with Japan? Or China? Or any of these people? I feel like I am. No. We are not at war with Manchuria. Although we could be, and I feel like we could pretty definitely beat the crap out of them in terms of actually, like, if we attacked right now, I'm pretty sure our armies are more than enough to beat them. But we're not going to. We have no reason to get involved over there, really. One thing we need to focus on... Am I still not allied with Latvia? No, I'm allied with them now. Alright, so one thing we will consider in the future is possibly taking those lands from Latvia, because that is some serious border gore that I am not digging right now. Unacceptable, unacceptable. Whose bombers are those? That's the U.S. Air Force bombers? Alright. Bombing the Italians. You go, U.S. You do your thing. Do your thing. Where's my Navy at? I don't see it anymore. It didn't get sunk, did it? I'm pretty sure it didn't. Whatever. Something else I'll just look into later. So, another important piece of territory that we want is sweet, sweet Djibouti, which has been conquered by, or is controlled by France. And look at all that area that the UK owns in Africa. They own, like, a massive chunk of Africa. It's redunculous. Yes, at some point we're going to try to take Djibouti. When we're going to do that, I have no idea. How we're going to do that, I equally have no idea. So I think we're going to keep our ambitions on Europe for now and just focus on how we're going to do that. That's right. We've got Yugoslavia. We could take over Yugoslavia. I wish, they would realize that they're not as powerful as us, and they would just be like, you know what, we're just going to become your vassal. And it'd be like, that's great. I fully accept your vassalization offer and will bring you into the fold of my new Polish empire. That would be great, If it were that simple, if it just happened like that, yeah, that would be so nice. But it's not going to, and it won't, and all that crap. Alright, we're going to move this army over to the west, into the Rhineland. That's one thing I want to be perfectly clear on. I don't want France, I forgot their name. I don't want the French coming over, rolling into our territory. That would be unacceptable. And also, we're building more collective farms where we can, since we, are running out of food. Even though we could buy it, and that's cool and all, but I kind of just want to have it anyway. Because why not? And also, let's build some more freeways. Get some freeways built between our capital and Berlin. I feel like that's an important infrastructure milestone that we should be working on. Achieving! That's right. How's big are these armies? Pathetically small. Alright, good. Good. Yes, that'll be the occupation force in Italy. And everybody else is just going to go do their own thing. Yeah, that's right. Bulgaria is another country we're kind of looking at and keeping our eyes on. We could actually establish a whole brand new Russia out of our Russian territories here if we wanted to. I don't know if I want to do that, though. I mean, it would increase stability, but that would be a decent chunk out of our infrastructure. And would also be... I don't know. That might be a better idea, to just establish Russia as a brand new country. Yeah, it could be. It might be. But it might also not be. Especially if we go to war with the Allies or something and they try to back out. Yeah, that would be unacceptable. Unacceptable to the highest degree. And finally, the Italians have been defeated. And as such, we shall annex their territories into Greater Poland. We receive no money for this because they are terribly, terribly broke. But we have added on an additional part to our great kingdom, empire, thing, I'm a bobber. You can also see we're 20 turns ahead. Yeah, I did a lot of in-turn spamming, as it were. We can see that Sweden got Albania, France got Sicily and Corsica and Sardinia, and yeah, I mean everything else was pretty much just split between a whole bunch of people. Like Libya actually is a new country now. Lithuania showed up. Estonia showed up. And the UK pretty much got its African holdings in Eastern Africa. The US got Baraka out of it. So yeah. I mean, I'm pretty happy of how that turned out. So yeah. One of our possible conquests might be the Middle East. That is something we will keep in mind. We have pushed all the way to Vladivostok. We have conquered Vladivostok. And we are looking to take over North Sakhalin because of its oil fields. That's right. As you can see, I've got our oil production up to 175. We're not hurting for oil because there's plenty of people to buy oil from, so I'm not too concerned about it. But we're also improving our infrastructure. As we can see here, transportation infrastructure is up significantly. All those blue areas are rail dieselization, and we are currently building freeways in a lot of our areas. If it's gray, it's paved roadways. So those places are a little behind, but they're probably behind for a reason. And yellow is highways. If we look at Russia, Russia is pretty much kind of behind as far as that goes. Some don't even have paved roads, or some don't even have unpaved roads. But we are working on building a massive freeway that goes all the way from the west to the east. So yeah, that is currently what we are doing right now. So yeah. Of course, I'm just going to keep ending a few more turns to keep the game just piddling on along kind of thing, so that we can further see what's happening with Poland, essentially. So, I also want to say that you guys should go ahead and start thinking about where Poland should start moving next. Should we go for France? Should we take over Yugoslavia? You know, we've got plenty of people around us, and remember, we are allied with a lot of people as well. If we look at Poland, all the green and the yellows and the purples are pretty much colonies, puppet states, or allies. So we have lots of allies, and we pretty much make up this entire portion of the world in terms of allies and various things as that. So yeah, go ahead and start thinking about what we should do from that point. How finally we have annexed our greatest opponent, the USSR, and made all this territory ours. Now, the border gore is pretty horrific, but this is a great day for Poles everywhere. That's right. We thought that we wouldn't be able to do it, but we were able to. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any inspirational words to throw out there. It is what it is. We won the war, ladies and gentlemen. That's the important part. So, now the question becomes, what next? What to do next? Now, Poland is essentially, you know, the most powerful nation in the world, aside from maybe the US. But, industrially speaking, we are the most centered. Like, our industry is centered in this area primarily. I'd say this probably makes up about 50% of our overall industry in Poland, Germany, and Italy, and some of these vestiges of Russia here. So, with that in mind, we really need to start thinking of how we're going to proceed further. Now, I imagine France would be a pretty easy opponent to overtake if we decided to go that route. We could take over Switzerland, the normally neutral country. We could take over all of our neighbors, frankly, even Yugoslavia, because they would all be pretty easy to beat. That's right. But if we go to war with France, we would go to war with the Allies, the UK, the United States. I don't know if we're ready for that. I'm not saying we're not, but I don't know if we are. We do have a very, very large army. We can actually take a look-see and see how we stack up compared to the others. As you can see, France, the United States, and the United Kingdom are ridiculously powerful. The United Kingdom by a very large margin. Now, we're pretty much being beat by them in every area. But that's not to say that we couldn't build up an army to compete against them. They've just been building an army this whole time. We have been industrializing and improving. Yeah, so that's right. That's right. Military has not been my focus in terms of, you know, industrial output and whatnot. So, with that in mind, this is some things to ponder, dear comrades, how we're going to continue our little foray into World War II here. That's right. So, I'll let you guys decide where we're going to move on next, and just poke it down there in the comments what you want, how you feel we should proceed, and what you feel the best course of action is, all that good stuff. And anyway, this has been Commissar Bro, and I'll see all you beautiful people next time.